Drones over Dublin, a chilling new tactic. Coolock, a suburb of Dublin, is no stranger to tension. But even by its standards, the scene at the old Crown Paints warehouse is deeply unsettling. This abandoned building, earmarked as a potential home for asylum seekers, has become a flashpoint for protest. Now a terrifying new development has emerged: the use of drones to deliver unlit petrol bombs. The implications are chilling, marking a dangerous escalation in an already volatile situation. The authorities are taking these threats with utmost seriousness. The very act of transporting incendiary devices, regardless of whether they are lit, is a crime. It speaks to a level of premeditation and intent that is deeply worrying. The fear is that these actions are not merely symbolic, but a prelude to something far more sinister. The question on everyone's mind is, will this act of intimidation deter the government's plans, or will it ignite a firestorm of violence? Seeking justice. The High Court responds. The company tasked with developing the former warehouse is not taking this threat lying down. They have turned to the High Court seeking an immediate injunction against those responsible for the drone attacks. Their lawyers argue that this is not simply a case of vandalism or even reckless endangerment. It is an organized attempt to intimidate and disrupt a legitimate development project. The High Court's decision carries immense weight. A ruling in favor of the developers could empower them to proceed with their plans, albeit under the shadow of heightened security. A ruling against them, however, would be a significant victory for those opposed to the asylum seeker housing project, emboldening them and potentially leading to copycat incidents in other parts of the country. Fueling fear, the shadow of violence. The drone attacks have cast a long shadow over the entire asylum seeker debate. While many protests have been peaceful, the presence of these weapons creates an atmosphere of fear and intimidation. Residents living near the proposed accommodation center are understandably anxious, caught between the crossfire of a heated political debate and a very real threat to their safety. The situation in Coolock is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace in the face of deep societal divisions. It underscores the urgent need for dialogue and de-escalation. The authorities must tread a fine line between respecting the right to peaceful protest and ensuring the safety and security of all citizens, regardless of their stance on this sensitive issue. At the heart of the storm, the asylum debate. The events in Coolock are not happening in a vacuum. They are the latest manifestation of a much larger and more complex issue: the ongoing debate surrounding asylum seekers in Ireland. The country, like many others in Europe, is grappling with an influx of people seeking refuge from war, persecution, and poverty. The government is under immense pressure to provide adequate housing and support for these vulnerable individuals. But finding suitable locations for asylum seeker centers has proven to be incredibly challenging. Local communities often resist these plans, citing concerns about integration, strain on resources, and even unfounded fears about crime and social unrest. A city on edge. The verdict awaits. As the High Court deliberates, all eyes are on Coolock. The verdict in this case could have far-reaching consequences. It could set a precedent for how the authorities respond to future attempts to disrupt development projects, particularly those related to asylum seeker accommodation. More importantly, it will serve as a barometer of the public's tolerance and capacity for compassion in the face of growing societal challenges. The events in Coolock are a stark reminder that the search for solutions to complex issues like the asylum crisis requires more than just policy decisions. It demands empathy, understanding, and a commitment to finding common ground in the face of division. The future of Ireland, as a nation that prides itself on its warmth and hospitality, may very well depend on it.